Hey everybody, Sarah here from the Organic Dietitian. So today we are going to be talking about fatigue, right? Fatigue is a common complaint and there are many possible root causes. So it is common for fatigue to be caused by hypothyroidism or even the thyroid autoimmune condition Hashimoto's. And these conditions are often diagnosed by going to functional practitioners that are running full thyroid panels and able to interpret those labs from more of a functional perspective. But sometimes your conventional doctor will also discover this as well. Thyroid medications or supplements may often be prescribed, which can sometimes help, but these are not addressing why the thyroid gets thrown off in the first place. There are many possible contributing factors, including mineral imbalances or deficiencies, immune issues, which most of your immune system is in your gut, heavy metals or other toxins, poor nutrition, stress or trauma, unsupportive lifestyle habits, and more. Think of your thyroid hormone as the gas pedal for the car, and mitochondria is the engine. So, thyroid hormones signal to the mitochondria to make energy in the form of ATP. But if your mitochondria are stuck in defense mode and dysfunctional, they will not be able to keep up with this signaling. And so then that's pushing the gas pedal further down to the floor, but the energy can't respond. And the engine then gets overheated and gets knocked out. Mitochondria become dysfunctional in many different ways. It can be a combination of factors causing your mitochondria to go from energy producing mode to defense mode, as well as often lacking the cofactors that are required to produce energy, which is most often the result of gut impairment, which decreases the absorption of these critical nutrients. So let's take a step back here for a second and talk a little bit about mitochondria. So you may have heard of this term before. Typically, people associate it or know it most for being able to produce energy, right, in the form of ATP. And yes, this is true. So your mitochondria have two important roles. So they produce energy, but they also monitor for threats in our environment, both external and internal. So things like poor sleep, diet, infections, toxins, pushing beyond your limit, becoming burnt out, psychological distress, leaky gut, and more can actually cause us to stay in healing mode and not being able to shift back into energy producing mode because your mitochondria cannot do both appropriately at the same time. So your body is always going to pick monitoring for threats in your environment and trying to help heal and deal with those versus energy producing mode. And this can also then cause us to experience an impairment in digestion, hormone production, detoxification, energy, and the list goes on. So nothing in your body will work right. You won't work right if your mitochondria are stuck in this mode. This is actually called cell danger response mode. This is not what we want to be stuck in. This will prevent us from moving into and being able to shift into energy producing mode. And we're going to continue to experience fatigue. And no amount of thyroid medication or supplements will support this. Instead, we need to look for the factors that are keeping that mitochondria dysfunctional. So if you're feeling like you have poor energy, you feel like you're dragging throughout the day, feeling like you're really stuck more in survival mode, only able to get the bare minimum done in your day because you don't have enough energy to utilize for fun activities, spending time with your family, going out and playing with your kids, going out to dinner with your significant other, spending time with your friends. or maybe you even feel like you need a nap to get through the day. We hear this a lot from women and a lot from the women that we work with. You might even suspect that your energy is a thyroid issue. You could be on thyroid medication already, or even told that your thyroid looks normal, but you still feel tired. So it's time to switch gears and start working on looking at what might be keeping your mitochondria dysfunctional and keeping you stuck feeling fatigued. So, what can you do? You can give your mitochondria what they need as far as lifestyle factors. So, eating to reduce inflammation, which is going to look different for everybody. Diet is going to be highly individual. It's really going to be dependent on you. There is no one perfect diet for everyone out there. And what you need right now to reduce inflammation might be different than what you need down the road to reduce inflammation. It just kind of depends on what's going on in your body. We have so many women that come to us saying that they're eating really healthy, they're trying to eat right, they're including, fruits and vegetables into their diet, all of that great stuff, which is awesome. But unfortunately, when your gut is not functioning well, when you've got an imbalance of bacteria in your gut, when maybe you've got gut infections, inflammation in the gut, then even some healthy foods might still be contributing to inflammation. So, figuring out what works best for you, resetting your circadian clock and optimizing your sleep, daily movement, but not where it leaves you more tired. There is such thing as over exercising. So you need to listen to your body a little bit. If your daily movement is creating more fatigue, then it's probably not doing you very many favors. Focusing on patterns causing psychological distress, healing your mindset, healing emotions, working on any sort of trauma, looking for infections, any sort of toxic burdens that might be going on internally or externally. So these things take time and patience as well as consistency. Making changes is really important. And really, I encourage you to work with a knowledgeable practitioner that can help you investigate these areas and really support you every step of the way. There are some things that can be done in the meantime to help support you by bringing on these cofactors that your mitochondria need to produce energy. So things like magnesium, acetyl L-carnitine, the ubiquinol version of CoQ10, niacin, along with methylated B vitamins can help in the short term. But remember, we can't depend on supplements to fix our situations. These are tools and temporary supports that we really shouldn't rely on too much. Supplements will never address the deeper root causes, but they can potentially support you while you work on investigating those root causes. So just remember, the key to success is to create the correct environment in our lives to allow health to follow. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of hope if you're experiencing fatigue and decreased energy, whether you have known thyroid issues or not. It might be time to look a little bit deeper and look to see how you can best support your mitochondria and get them shifted into energy producing mode.